I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but we're going to get into it a little bit and just see, because this is finally the conclusion of what happened with the 7 month old Emmanuel Haro, who quote unquote in the beginning went missing, but now we get the conclusion that there was actually something else that happened that his own parents did to him. So first and foremost, I do want to say that this is very sad, is horrific. No one should ever, you know, man, I honestly feel like moments like this when it comes to like dealing with kids, it's a sad situation, and I genuinely feel for them, and I feel bad for them because, just to think of the pain that they went through, all the stuff that, initiated for the ending results of what happened to them is such a sad situation. But let me go ahead and start off this video real quick so you guys could see and follow up with me. Let me see.
This is developing tonight, 1 week after little Emmanuel Haro disappeared in Yucaipa. San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies arrested his parents today for his murder. A Cabazon.
So, just a little bit of a background of what happened. So, 7 month old was first. They first told us, his parents first told the world that he was missing and they couldn't find him, and they even cried on the news and everything about it. And that's what the goal was and the search was. But come to find out that they actually committed a murder on their own 7 month old baby. That is so sad.
Residents holding a vigil in honor of the 7-month-old boy presumed dead tonight.
And as KCAL's Nicole Comstock reports, investigators continue the search for his body.
Many people who've been watching this story unfold.
So 2 days ago, as we see here, this was brought to us and said that we didn't know where his body is. Well, I'm here to tell you that as of 2 days ago, no one knew. But as of today, they found his body. His dad told the police officers where the body was and, pretty much where they disposed of it. So they found him. So rest in peace. Rest in peace to Emmanuel Haro. Rest in peace to him, man.
Tell us they had a gut feeling from the very beginning that something very bad happened to this little boy and that maybe his parents had something to do with it. And so there are a lot of people who are very invested in Emmanuel's story. Dozens came out here tonight to hold a candlelight vigil for him near the home where earlier today both of his parents were arrested for murder.
I don't know what people get in their head just to hurt the baby. It's just so sad.
You have to think, like, it's so sad because you really put yourself in that position and you look at your own children and you're just like, how or what triggers a person to actually get that in their head to want to hurt such a precious, gentle human? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a sad situation, and I'm seriously like out of words because, like I said, situations like this really, really get to me because I feel for them, because I'm just like, damn, as a parent, I could never, ever feel this deep to be able to commit something like this, especially to someone that's 7 months old. You have to understand, 7 months old, they're not talking, they're still little babies. Like, what made you so mad that you had to hurt this child? Such a sad situation, man.
Tears from strangers for a baby they never even knew. Tonight,
That's what it
community
is.
members
It's crazy.
organized a candlelight vigil at the home of 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro, who investigators now say was murdered by his own parents.
I had 2 miscarriages. When I had those, it broke my heart. So to see that somebody was able to hurt this little boy, it's not okay.
Earlier this morning, the San
That's what
Bernardino
I'm
County
saying,
Sheriff's
dude.
Department showed up at the
That is exactly what I'm saying. Like, and everyone's gonna be able to understand this. And
home
man,
in
I'm sorry. I'm
Cabazon with
sorry.
an armored vehicle
It's
to
crazy.
arrest Emmanuel's parents, Jake and Rebecca Haro. This after a week-long investigation into their claim that Rebecca was knocked unconscious before their baby was kidnapped during a diaper change.
So, what happened from the stories that I was listening to, I don't know if she's going to get into it, but I just want to let you guys know before we continue that what had happened is that the father, the kid's father, hit the mother and pretty much ended up killing the baby. So I don't know if it was because of the jealousy of a newborn getting attention, or I don't know if he was just annoyed with the baby postpartum. I don't understand, like I said, what could have happened, but it's just kind of, you have to kind of think about this because these are the things that people actually talk about and they tell you about when you have a baby. There's postpartum things that go in your head. There's, depression. There's different things that happen in your head. So we don't exactly know what happened with them or what he was going through to understand, this. But at the same time, it's like you have to be different to be able to actually go and do something like this. It's unacceptable. It's something that if you do this, the maximum of whatever comes to you needs to come to you, you know?
Change in a Yucaipa parking lot last week. Investigators now say they have evidence proving that alleged kidnapping did not occur and that baby Emmanuel is likely dead. Moving forward, they're focused on finding his remains.
Bring him back, please.
Within days of the kidnapping story, investigators publicly announced there were inconsistencies in Rebecca's statements.
It made my heart drop because then it's like, okay, now it's completely off of what was said, what really happened.
And many who watched the couple's initial media interviews say they didn't ring true.
I didn't really believe it. Just from the get-go, the mom, just you could tell.
How Rebecca said she couldn't turn around to see what the kidnapper looked like, but was somehow punched in her eye. How she sounded like she was hyperventilating on camera.
I got up off the floor and I didn't see my child. Someone took him from me.
But many
Now knowing this and actually seeing her actions, I can see what they're talking about. I can see the fakeness in this. I could see like her trying so hard to feel this emotion, but the overtaking of her being scared of what she did and she knows what she did is showing more than her trying to look scared and in shock for someone kidnapping, allegedly and not true, kidnapping their kid.
he noticed there were no tears.
Exactly.
Yeah, those crocodile tears.
The Haros
Exactly. Like I said, trying so hard to make that emotion come, but it's not coming because you're really thinking about how you just did this to this child.
also said their baby was always happy and smiling, but many think the photos they shared in an attempt to find him didn't reflect that. As people all around the world mourn the loss of this innocent infant, those gathering here are praying that justice is served.
I love that everybody's here and able to be his voice because he don't have one.
Court records indicate that both of the Haros have been booked into the Riverside County Jail for murder with malice with no bail, and they are scheduled to appear in court for the first time on Tuesday.
I'm going to definitely circle back and see what happens with this situation. I do want to see, actually, because they did get arrested, like they said, and I believe that the father told the police where the remains of the baby was. So let's go ahead and see that video real quick.
We begin with stunning new developments tonight in the baby Emmanuel case. Deputies were out searching for the missing child in Moreno Valley today with his father by their side.
Investigators believe that the 7-month-old is dead at this point, but his parents, Jake and Rebecca, are accused of his murder. Now here's a closer look at where today's search happened. This is
Look in the Moreno Valley area. Bro, this is so sad. This is so sad. Oh my God.
along the 60 freeway near the Gilman Springs Road exit. Ultimately, the child, though, was not found. Chris Wolf joining us live in our news center tonight with the developments. Chris?
Rick, Corrine, the search for baby Emmanuel took a very unpleasant and some might say surprising turn tonight. His embattled father, Jake, was spotted assisting in a search for the 7-month-old, missing now more than 1 week and presumed dead.
Even though he helped out and did whatever he could just to be in the good grace of the police, that still should not matter. The judge should not take that as like, oh, you helped us out, thank you. Jury should not look at that as a positive situation. If anything, what he did needs to be looked at as the thing that he did, not the good deeds he's trying to do to get out of what he did. I hope and I pray that justice is served and he is definitely thrown in with the wolves, and whatever happens to him happens to him. But this is very sad and so unacceptable.
Captured on cameras on the ground and in the air, murder suspect Jake Haro is seen this Sunday in a remote part of Riverside County, dressed in a brightly colored jail jumpsuit, assisting in a search for the remains of his missing baby, 7-month-old Emmanuel. Jake and his wife Rebecca are accused of killing their son. The case spans 2 counties, and San Bernardino County Sheriff's officials confirm their detectives conducted the search in Moreno Valley along the westbound shoulder of the 60 freeway near Gilman Springs Road. Cadaver dogs were part of the effort to bring another level of resolution to the mystery of what happened to the baby, yet the search ended with no results. We're also getting a first look at the booking photos of Jake and Rebecca Haro. They were taken to a Riverside County jail shortly after San Bernardino County deputies arrested the couple early Friday morning at their home in Cabazon. Social workers had previously removed a 2-year-old child from the property. Clothing indicates the Haros may have been taken by surprise, handcuffed.
Whoa, hold on.
Handcuffed child from the property.
Whoa, we're not just gonna skip over that.
Social workers had previously removed a 2-year-old child from the property.
Social workers removed a 2-year-old child already from their property. See, then we gotta throw it into that social worker. What did you see that made you want to get, or you know what, why did you take away this child in the first place, this 2-year-old? I really wonder what happened, and did they show any signs of these kind of aggressions? Was it they would hit the child? Was it that they would verbally abuse the child? What did they do to this child to have this child taken away in the first place? That's another detail that I did not know about.
Clothing indicates the Haros may have been taken by surprise, handcuffed and hauled off to spend time behind bars. Concerned citizens have been flocking to the location, building a display for baby Emmanuel just outside the home with posters, stuffed animals, balloons, and candles.
It's crazy, sad, sick. How you could do that to a child.
It's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
Think about the level of delusion that you need to have for these 2 motherfuckers right here to really sit here and pretend like they didn't just do what they did and they acted like this to try to cover up the horrific stuff that they did. Really analyze the situation and think about the situation. What?
The story began in mid-August with claims of a kidnapping and a plea for help in front of news cameras, including ours.
Please come and bring my son back.
The hair.
I'm telling you, you could see it. You could see the fakeness. No tears. I'm telling you, she's trying to show that emotion of sadness, but it's not happening because all she keeps thinking about is the fucked up shit she just did to this poor child, man. Let's really analyze that.
Haros say a stranger jumped Rebecca in the parking lot of a sporting goods store in Yucaipa as she was changing the baby's diaper in her car. She says the attacker knocked her unconscious, and when she awoke, Emmanuel was gone. San Bernardino County detectives, however, say her story was filled with inconsistencies, and when they pressed the couple for answers, they stopped talking. Jake Haro does have a criminal history. He pleaded guilty to child cruelty.
Wait a minute.
He pleaded guilty to child. Jake Haro does have a criminal history.
Okay. So there we got it. We got the reason why the 2-year-old was removed from them, and it's because of child cruelty.
He pleaded guilty to child cruelty 2 years ago involving a little girl in Hemet. He was given jail time and probation in that case. Authorities say he violated probation by possessing a firearm and ammunition. Jake and Rebecca Haro are expected in court Tuesday. In the news center, Chris Wolf, KTLA 5 News.
Sorry about that. I messed up on the button. But I do have to say that first and foremost, I pray for this little angel. I pray for the family that got to meet him and got to, see him for the 7 short months that he lived in this earth. The smiles that they talked about, and just the little person that he was slowly becoming and developing to. So I want to definitely, give my prayers to him and, asking God to mend people's hearts that actually have gone through this, because obviously this is not one of the first times that we hear about any of these situations. There's been plenty and will be plenty of more of these because sick people are everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a sad situation. I'm very sad about this because, like I said, when it comes to kids, I'm just not with that. I'm not a big fan of this. I really do get sad. I'm not gonna lie. I really do get sad. And for the parents, like I said, I almost want to say they suffer, to be honest with you guys. And I don't wish bad upon people, but I just feel that PDFs, child abusers, and if you do harm to a child like this and kill him or her, you definitely deserve the rest of your life. I can't even talk. You see what I'm saying? I really hope that they get the justice that the community and this little boy deserve, and they get the maximum of anything and everything that comes to them. And I hope that as much as they plead and cry about what they've done, it doesn't matter. You did what you did, and you deserve everything that comes to you. I'm sorry. I'm just like, damn, this shit sucks, bro. Rest in peace to Emmanuel. Rest in peace to Emmanuel Haro. And I really hope that this... Okay, I'm just going to end it because I can't do this. This is horrible, bro.